Hi, scientists! Have you ever wondered how a huge ship can float, but a tiny rock sinks? That sounds pretty strange, doesn't it? Today, we're going to become scientists and solve this mystery together. Let's get started. Today, water is going to help us. Think of water as our science helper. It helps us discover whether something will float or sink. When we test objects in water, some objects float and some objects sink. But why does that happen? Let's find out together. Let's do our first experiment. Here's a wooden block. Before we drop it into the water, I want you to be the scientist. What do you think? Will the wooden block float or sink? Take a guess. Ready? Let's see what happens. Look, the wooden block floats. It stays on top of the water. Wood is a material that is not packed as tightly as water. That allows the water to support it. Pretty cool! Now let's try something different. Here's a quarter coin. What do you think? Will the quarter float or sink? Make your prediction. Ready? Let's find out. So, the coin sink. Is your prediction correct? So, why did the wooden block float, but the coin sink? Let's discover the answer. Look at this cube. It has only a few tiny particles inside. See all the empty spaces? This cube is not packed as tightly. Now look at this cube. It is the same size, but it has many more particles packed closely together. There isn't much empty space at all. Scientists have a special name for this idea. It's called relative density. That's just a fancy way of comparing how tightly something is packed with water. If something is packed more tightly than water, it usually sinks. If something is packed less tightly than water, it usually floats. Let's compare these two cubes. Are they the same size? Yes, but look inside. This cube has lots of empty space. This one has particles packed closely together. Even though they're the same size, they're packed differently. Time for one more challenge. Which object will float? Which object will sink? The beach ball or the coin? Think carefully before you answer. Ready? Let's see what happens. Whoa! The giant beach ball floats, but the tiny coin sinks. Did that surprise you? Here's something important to remember. Just because something is bigger doesn't mean it will sink. Size doesn't decide whether something floats or sinks. Let's review what we learned today. If something is packed less tightly than water, it usually floats. If something is packed more tightly than water, it usually sinks. Let's remember what we learned today. Water is our helper. If something is packed less tightly than water, it usually floats. If something is packed more tightly than water, it usually sinks. Great job remembering. You did an amazing job today, scientists. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in our next science adventure. Bye, scientists!